channel. It's Rebecca, also known as 4Kids at 147, and we're going to get some framing done today. So I'm excited to get these up in my hallway. So much so, I did find some frames from the range, and these are 16 by 12 inches, so it's actually 41 centimetres by 30 centimetres. So we're going to give them a go. My favourite haunt for frames is normally IKEA, but of course they are currently closed. They are doing delivery, but the range, while they're doing delivery, are also open. So my daughter went for me. She needed some other stuff, and this is my daughter that's currently at home, currently living at home, not my daughter that lives away from home. So yeah, so she's picked these up. We've just had, myself and my husband have just had a sort of session in the hallway of getting some shelves and stuff up. Sorry, these are stiff. I normally just straight use the tweezers on these, but I'm having to get my nail underneath to be able to get them up just a little bit. So yeah, we've actually put all the screws in the wall ready for these. So the frames have been up for a little period of time with no pictures. So we're going to get that right today. Now, the only thing I wasn't sure of, oh, we might be all right, is because this frame is actually for a picture that is 30 by 41, I figured I may have to put another row of diamonds in, potentially. But with the actual mount for the inside of the frame, we might be all right. So what I'm going to do first off is, in fact, let's see if I can get, okay, so I'm going to take the whole, it's actually glass in this one, so I'm going to take the whole piece of glass out, and I'm just going to see how it sits on the top and whether we have any gaps. And I don't think we do. I think we're going to be saved by the lip in the frame, but I am going to make sure that when I cut this one, I do leave a little bit of room in case I do need to add a row of diamonds. Normally I would just cut straight up to the edge, so I'm going to go very, very close to the edge, especially on this side. In fact, on this side, no, on this side I am actually going to go to the edge because the 30 side of it is fine. I'm just going to leave a little bit more room on the top and the bottom just until it's in the frame and I've tested it with one of them. If one of them works out perfectly fine, then I'll know I'm okay for the rest. Let's get this trimmed down so we can get them framed. As I say, I already have the hooks on the wall, so it will be nice to be able to get them straight up. And I'm probably not even left enough of a row for some diamonds on this. Oh well, I can always put some at the bottom. Too busy chatting to actually do it correctly. So I do still know, even though I've actually put the diamonds for these away, I do of course still know what colours they are, so I can always pull some out if I need to. Okay, so let's leave a bigger gap on the bottom and actually pay attention, and then we'll say diamonds aren't that much, they don't need that much of a row to be able to get an extra row on, but let's see how that works. So I'm going to try it without the glass first, just because that's easier to deal with. and then I can always pop the glass in afterwards. Okay, so if I line up the diamond painting in the frame, I'm all good. So that 1 centimetre is just what is lipped around the frame itself, the little ridge that it sits in. So that is perfecto. So I am going to go right to the edge now. And what I might do is I might tape this to the backboard as well. I do think once the glass is in and stuff, they don't tend to move, but I think I might just put a little bit, while I have it, of double-sided tape to make sure that it's not going to move. So let me cut off these edges. And to be fair, if I had cut all the way around the edge and realised I needed another row of diamonds, there would have been nothing stopping me sticking it straight to the back frame. So if I get that lined up now so that it's in the middle of the backboard, let me find my double-sided tape, which I know I have somewhere. Sorry, catching me rummaging around. I think I've gone through more double-sided tape than I thought I had. So, let's see if I can just do it straight onto the canvas without causing a problem. Just want it just to hold it in place while I get it in the frame and stuff. I'm going to grab some smaller scissors for this bit. In fact, let's do it this way and then we can do it when I peel it back. I'm a bit lower on tape than I thought, but I'm sure I'll be able to find some other form of adhesive if I need it. So I'm just going to get that lined up so it's in the middle. I've got a nice border around the outside, and then I'm just going to peel off my double-sided tape. And then plop that down. And then I'll do the middle piece. It's just more to stop it moving about than anything. It's not a must, and I definitely don't do it with every painting that I frame. But while we've got a little bit of give in this one, I think it might be the safest option. Okay, so that is the diamond painting. If you shake it, it's not falling off, so that's secure on the backboard. And then we'll turn the frame over. Oh, did I put it on the board the right way? That's an idea. Yeah, I did. Whew. Never thought that through, did I? Okay, so we'll pop the glass back in the frame, trying not to touch it because it did just have the paper sheet on it, which I've just moved off, so we shouldn't have any problems with fingerprints. And then we'll drop the diamond painting in, and I'm just going to tack a couple of these down, so it's definitely a tighter fit on these now. We'll just do one on each side and have a look. Oh, look at that. How striking is that? It goes right to the edge, and I've got no problem. I do not need to add an extra row of diamonds, which I know won't take long, but I've finished this painting now. I don't want to be adding more. I class it as being done. Those pins are awful. There we go. So that is one frame. So now that we've done the test with one, it will be a lot easier to do the other two. So now I know I've got the space in the frame, so I'm just going to cut all the way round straight off. Now this is the time, if you see any pink wax on your painting like I just have then, this is the time to get rid of it before it ends up on the wall and you're staring at it. But this is turning out absolutely perfect for these paintings and I'm very impressed. So they cost, I think, £3.50 or £3.49 per frame. I purposefully picked frames with a thin edge. You can get ones that are bigger and give you a mount, but for this design of painting, because it's sort of three, but you know, that can be together as well as separate, like a series, and due to the size of my wall, that I want all three to go on, while the frames from the range that include a mount are gorgeous, they're not what I wanted for this set of paintings. So in fact the cheaper frame worked out better. Just had a bit of fluff on the painting there. It's getting warm today. Doesn't help that I'm under lights, but it's getting warm. So yeah, I'm just letting the diamonds dictate where the edge of the painting is, so that I can get all the way around the edge, and then I'll get hold of another frame and I'll break my fingers again, fingers/nails, to get in it. It's where I try not to stab myself completely. I don't want to either use a nail that's too long. It's already bad enough that I can't get my nails done at the minute as it is. I don't want to use a nail that's too long and snap it, but I also don't want to use a nail that's too short and stab myself. So that's that turned up. So let's pop some double-sided tape again on the back of this. So I'm just doing a couple of long strips, just to tack it in place on that backboard so that it doesn't slide in any way. I don't think there's the room in this frame for it to slide, but in some box frames you may find that it has the room to move. And then I'll take off the backboard. I'm leaving the piece of paper there for now just because it helps keep the glass clean, because I don't want it getting dust in it. So again, just repeating exactly the same process. Get that plonked down. I've not sealed these paintings. I know people ask what's the best sealer to use. I've got no idea. I haven't sealed a single one of my paintings. It's just not something that has ever been a big issue for me. Quite often they're behind glass. Even the big one that's in my front room that's not behind glass, I don't think it's affected it. But I don't have pets either, so it's not like I have to deal with pet hair. Okay, so we'll just tack a couple down just to confirm that nothing's gone wrong. Nothing's got stuck behind the glass. How good are these going to look? And then we can fully tack them all down. It's a proper afternoon project, this, isn't it? Okay, I think my fingers are going to hate me, but that's the second one done. So let's move on to the third. So I do have a bit of something there. Do I have, where is it? There it is. A brush that I've recently got from Fan Sales. Sorry, my camera's not focusing properly. There we go. Oh, that actually worked really well. That would have been a lot quicker than me trying to do it myself. Okay. Which one is this? C. This is Design C, so this is actually the one that I did first, and I actually didn't bother putting washi tape and that around this one, the same way I did on the others. So it's going to keep sticking to my scissors. So even if so quite often whenever I am framing, I do cut all the way around the diamonds like this. Even ones where I've used a mount, I've done the same. I think it's the neat, quite often if you can't get the whole painting in, you know, as it is, with your mount on the top, then quite often I will cut round the painting anyway, and then I will just tape the canvas to the mount, because I find that that is the easiest way to make sure that I've got it in the middle. I do have a few framing videos on this channel. I don't have loads, but I do have a few. And that tends to be the practice that I follow every time I'm framing, is to cut round the edge, let the diamonds tell me where I'm cutting, and then I've either framed them with or without a mount, and tended to get the right size frame, or I did mount a 5-panel onto foam board, and for that again I cut right round the edge, and then I trimmed the foam board around it. So let's pop some tape on the back. Just trying to get rid of all my little bits of string that are left over. Now I will have to give my large scissors a little bit of a quick clean when I'm done, just because of the sticky residue. But the double-sided tape has lasted long enough to frame these 3, which is good. So that is the next one, or the last one. So last frame, last set of pins to make my nails scream. I'll probably end up breaking another nail, but it's been the story of my life the past few weeks. The only picture that I didn't, or I had to leave an edge, was the fortune tree that is in my front room, the really big one, that there's an IKEA, I used in an IKEA clip frame, so it doesn't actually have a backing board for it. It is literally stretched canvas. For that one I had to leave an edge to clip into the frame, and then I just cut the excess off around the frame. So the back of it's not major pretty, but only the wall gets to see that, so it's fine. Okay, so that's one strip of tape. And number 2. And finally, number 3. That's enough to stop it moving, falling, going anywhere. Make sure that I've got no fluff. In fact, that's not even straight. What are you playing at? So The double-sided tape is staying stuck to the backboard. Just let me move it over enough that I know it's in the middle. And then we'll take out the piece of paper and plop in the painting. Just put a couple of pins down again just to check that nothing found its way in there. So I've not got anything that's found its way into the diamond painting. And there we go. My fingers can sing hurrah. So we've got 1, then 2, and then 3, all done and dusted. So I'm going to go bob these up and then I will let you see what they look like in place. And that's them in place. So they're at the top of the stairs, sort of as you come out of the hallway before you go down the stairs. So just thought I'd let you see what they look like in place, but I'm happy with those and I think they look really good. So thank you so much for watching and I'll speak to you all again soon.